Guys, guess what? It's here! It's finally here! In this box! I'm so excited. Wait till you see what it is. Like, you guys will be like, your minds will be blown. You don't know what this is, do you? Why do I try to impress you people? This, Behold the Arctopus' album, Skullgrid. It's fantastic. It's like gravy, but not gravy. I don't even like gravy. That was a bad metaphor. Anyway, this album is fantastic. I recommend it for fans of people who like progressive metal primarily. So basically, like really weird progressive metal too. Like the Number 12 Looks Like You, Arsonist's Got All the Girls. Maybe like early Between the Buried and Me would be a good comparison. That's who I recommend this for. If your idea of good metal is Disturbed, not that there's anything wrong with Disturbed, you're not probably going to like this. I mean, maybe you will. I don't know. Behold the Arctopus is a band made up of 3 dudes who play instrumental, progressive, avant-garde, really bizarre metal. Like, it's atonal, instrumental, really weird time signatures. Think Meshuggah, but less monotone. And no vocals. That's the easiest way I can explain this to you. It's a fantastic album. Really weird as far as song composition goes. A lot of like jazz influence is probably another thing that comes to mind when I throw this thing in. I've been actually waiting to get this in my collection for a long time, and it's nice and cool that I finally have it. Now, the only issue with this is the fact that it's an instrumental. My normal style of review is kind of at a loss here. I don't know enough about music to really critique it from a musician standpoint. Because to me it's like, oh, it sounds jazzy and cool, and there's drumming and guitars, and, you know, that's basically what I have to say about it. Usually I would review the lyrics and the vocal style as well. Being that there is no lyrics nor vocal style, I'm just kind of at a loss for words at this point. I mean, the most I can tell you is that if you're a fan of maybe like jazz fusion or like mathcore bands, you would probably enjoy these guys. I mean, they're guitar players in Gorguts now, and if you know anything about death metal and Gorguts, they're really proggy and weird, kinda, in a death metal sense, so you'd probably like these guys. Maybe. Other than that, I guess the only thing to talk about is the artwork. I always thought this was a really cool album cover. I don't know why. The album's called Skullgrid, so I guess that makes sense. It's a grid and there's a skull on it, so A++ for descriptive album titles. The songs are relatively short. I think it doesn't tell me the time signatures on the back. The longest song in the album is 7 minutes long, and they're all instrumental, so I recommend it if you like classical music too, because you might get something out of this if you know anything about classical music. Other than that, though, yeah, pretty good progressive metal album, and I recommend it to anybody that likes that kind of stuff. Okay? Okay. That was my 5 cents on Behold the Arctopus' album, Skullgrid. Not my most in-depth review, but I got excited and I had to show you guys. Rock and roll.